Emmanuel Mahmoud Emmanuel Char, whatever the fuck you want to call his name. Um, we need to talk about this dude because for some strange reason, we are up in arms when it comes to Charlos or anybody else in inactivity. But for some strange reason, we're not up in arms with him. So let's address a few things, shall we?
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you here, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get the dance. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
Emmanuel Mahmoud Char, 34-4. Emmanuel Char won his title in 2017 against Alexander Ustinov. He did absolutely nothing for 3 years and was stripped by the WBA because he was inactive. So he was stripped. He was supposed, now that's what they say, but he was supposed to fight Alexander Povetkin because he was the WBA regular champion and Alexander Povetkin was number one. The WBA super champion doesn't have mandatories. The WBA regular champion does. Isn't that correct, Gervonta Tank Davis? Yeah. Tank has all the WBA mandatories. Devin had none. Matter of fact, every WBA super champion had no mandatory, and the WBA regular had the mandatory. Unless you were Anthony Joshua and you needed to avoid a fight with Deontay Wilder. So Anthony Joshua needed to avoid a fight with Deontay Wilder. So when Deontay Wilder agreed to all terms, 15 million flat, and a rematch for Anthony Joshua only, and both fights in the UK, when Deontay Wilder agreed to that, mysteriously and magically, all of a sudden, Anthony Joshua had to fight Povetkin for his mandatory. When Povetkin was not his mandatory. Povetkin was Emmanuel Char's mandatory. But what they tried to do was say that Emmanuel Char had to defend his title against Frez Oquendo, who was number 2 in September of 2018. Because, in September of 2018 is when Anthony Joshua had to defend his title against Alexander Povetkin, or he was going to get stripped, which was a lie. He was not going to get stripped because he was a WBA super champion. So the WBA super did not have a mandatory at all. But you see what they did? They said Emmanuel Char has got to defend against the number 2 guy, and Anthony Joshua got to defend against the number 1, which is a lie. That was what they used in order to protect Anthony Joshua from fighting Deontay Wilder in 2018. Facts. So what happened with Emmanuel Char was he popped dirty for Drestanalone and Trembolone. So the fight was canceled. And he was stripped of his title and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So everything's everything. This guy vanishes off the face of the earth. Then he comes back 4 years in 2021, 4 years after he was supposed to defend his title, to fight Christopher Lovejoy, who was unranked everywhere. So he fights Christopher Lovejoy and knocks Christopher Lovejoy out. Knocked him out in the second round. He waits a whole another year and fights Nikolai Milakichik, some bum, and knocks him out in the third round. This guy, Nikolai Milakichik, was not ranked nowhere, ever, never. But knocked him out. Later on that year, he fights 42-10 Neuro Surfer, who also is ranked nowhere, never. And then, gets another knockout in the second round. Now, mind you now, this guy tested positive for 2 drugs, tested positive. No ban. I never heard anything about any ban. I never heard anything about any telling this man that he needs to get out of the sport of boxing and he don't never need to fight no more. And this guy is trash and this guy's a drug cheat. Shouldn't be there. Never heard nothing about nothing. He just faded off into the sunset. Yep. Out of nowhere, after, 4 years, he decides to go to court for his failed drug tests. And the WBA just restores him as the champion out of nowhere. In August of last year, August 2023, out of nowhere, just restored him. Yeah, you're the champion. And then ordered him to fight Jarrell Miller by October of last year. Now, I remind you now, Jarrell Miller fought on the day of reckoning. Emmanuel Char and Jarrell Miller could have fought on the day of reckoning, which would have then allowed Daniel Dubois to fight Joseph Parker on the day of reckoning, which would have had Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua as the main event on the day of reckoning. But, all that got scrapped. Jarrell Miller fought Daniel Dubois himself. We know the drill. So he fought nobody. So then the WBA granted him a 60-day extension to find a new opponent. Now he is fighting Kubrat Pulev, who is ranked number 10. Number 10. This will be the first ranked opponent that Emmanuel Char has fought since 2017. The WBA regular champion is fighting his first ranked opponent. His first ranked opponent since 2017. That is what? 7 years? 7 years. The WBA regular champion is fighting his first ranked opponent in 7 years. Why is he not fighting Daniel Dubois, Frankie Sanchez, Ajit Kabayel, Deontay Wilder? All of these people are ranked higher than Kubrat Pulev. Martin Bucoli is ranked number 1. Now, if Martin Bucoli is not the mandatory to Alexander Usyk or Tyson Fury, then that will have proved, that will have proved that Anthony Joshua did not need to fight Alexander Povetkin. Now we'll know later on this year. Later on this year, if the WBA does not come out and say Alexander Usyk must fight Martin Bakole or get stripped, or Tyson Fury must fight Martin Bakole or get stripped, if they don't do that, within the next couple of months, if Martin Bakole, because they tried to say that Alexander Povetkin was the mandatory in like January of 2018. January. So Martin Bakole is overdue for being called as the mandatory to the winner of Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. He's overdue. We are now in March. We're in March. So maybe next month, the month after that, we should be hearing Martin Bakole is the mandatory to the winner of Usyk Fury. If we don't hear that, then they have just proved that Anthony Joshua avoided Deontay Wilder. The WBA has proved it, that Anthony Joshua has avoided Deontay Wilder. Yeah. But whatever. Mahmoud Emmanuel goofy-ass Char is fighting number 10 Kubrat Pulev, the very first ranked opponent in his career. The very first one, well, not in his career, but the very first one in damn near a decade. The very first one. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody even cares. No one cares, man. Jermall Charlo is going through his issues, and Jermall Charlo gets dragged through the mud. He gets dragged through the mud, bro. Dragged through the mud. I remember Deontay Wilder. I remember him. Yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, I remember him. I remember people saying that this 10 title defense WBC champion fought nothing but bums. All garbage, trash, nobody. None of these guys was ranked. And all these guys, nobody was ranked. Champion remains Stavern. Number 7 ranked Eric Molina. Yeah, Johan Dulpus, who was ranked top 10. Artur Spilka, who was ranked top 10. Chris Arreola, who was ranked top 10. Gerald Washington, who was ranked top 10. Bermain Stavern rematch, who was ranked top 5. Luis Ortiz, who was ranked top 3. Tyson Fury, who was ranked number 1. Dominic Breazeale, who was ranked number 3. Luis Ortiz, who was ranked number 2. Tyson Fury, again 2 times the WBC champion. Robert Helenius, who was ranked top 10. Joseph Parker, who was also ranked top 10. But you guys are telling me this man's trash, this man's garbage, this man's a bum, this man's nobody, this man's blah, 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 this man ain't shit, this man ain't nothing. But this man right here, you guys have said absolutely nothing about. Nothing. This man right here will pop dirty for 2 steroids. This man right here who was stripped for inactivity. This man right here who has not fought one ranked opponent in 7 years. But he's still the WBA champion. This man right here who never tried to unify his WBA strap with Anthony Joshua's WBA strap. And he could have forced it. Nah, he let Alexander Usyk, he let Povetkin get that shot over him. Yeah, he let Povetkin get that. when he had more claim to fame to force a unification between the WBA titles. Yeah, he could have did that. The exact same way Soul Glow Jacobs did, and so many others. When the WBA said they're consolidating all their belts, yeah. He could have did this, y'all. This man right here could have went to the WBA and said, I want to unify the WBA titles with Anthony Joshua. He did nothing. He was going to fight Prez Oquendo, number 2 ranked Prez Oquendo. That's who he was going to fight. When the reality is, he was supposed to fight Alexander Povetkin. And if not Alexander Povetkin, then he was supposed to try to unify the WBA straps with Anthony Joshua. He did none of that. Nothing. Came back in 2021 to fight 3 unranked opponents. 3 opponents who were not ranked nowhere. That's what he came back to do. And now he is fighting Kubrat Pulev instead of Deontay Wilder. Now, call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I guarantee you, this fight is better than him fighting Kubrat Pulev. I guarantee you this. I guarantee you Deontay Wilder versus Emmanuel Char is a bigger payday for Emmanuel Char than fighting Kubrat Pulev. I guarantee you Deontay Wilder versus Emmanuel Char is a higher profile fight than him fighting Kubrat Pulev. I guarantee you Emmanuel Char fighting Deontay Wilder would give Emmanuel Char way more credit if he's successful against Deontay Wilder. It would give him way more credit. He would get way more clout, way more prestige. He will be elevated way higher in the boxing standards if he beats Deontay Wilder than beating Kubrat Pulev. But I know y'all don't care about this because y'all are not boxing fans. Y'all don't give a damn about boxing. You are just Deontay Wilder haters. People in the heavyweight division are Deontay Wilder haters. Y'all don't care about no goddamn Tyson Fury versus Usyk. Y'all don't care at all. That doesn't sway you. That don't sway you. You guys aren't running around here like, oh man, we need to see Fury Usyk. Y'all don't even care. Y'all don't talk about that. Y'all talk more about Devin Haney's sparring than you do the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. You talk about Devin Haney's sparring. Because Deontay Wilder is not fighting. That's why you talk about Devin Haney's sparring. Anthony Joshua fights Francis Ngannou next week, and nobody cares. No one cares at all. You guys are talking about Devin Haney's sparring. All this proves that without Deontay Wilder in the heavyweight division is dead. But Emmanuel Char has an opportunity, and he turned it down. He'd rather fight Kubrat Pulev than fight Deontay Wilder. Sad. Absolute pathetic. Absolute pathetic. And nobody in here, no one's running around here telling me about, oh man, this is crazy, man. We need this fight, bro. This is the one. This is the one, BF. This is the one we need. We need this with BF. This is what we need. Emmanuel Char got knockouts. Emmanuel Char can knock people out. Emmanuel Char can box. Deontay Wilder ain't been the same. WBA titles on the line. This allows whoever wins this fight, they can press for to unify the WBA titles. They can press to unify the WBA titles, BF. This is the one, BF. No, you guys want Deontay Wilder gone. For the exact same reason you want Devin Haney gone. Because they are threats to your favorites. They're threats. Deontay Wilder is a threat to your favorite. Your favorite is Anthony Joshua. Your favorite is not Tyson Fury because nobody cares about Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder gave Tyson Fury relevance. Deontay Wilder made Tyson Fury as rich as he is. Deontay Wilder gave Tyson Fury the popularity that he has. Without Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury is absolutely nothing. He's nothing. He beat Vladimir Klitschko and nobody cares. The statue of Tyson Fury is not a statue of Fury and Klitschko. It's a statue of Fury and Wilder. Deontay Wilder made that man. They do not want this black king with the ability to take over the heavyweight division again. They don't want that. Just because Fury was successful over Deontay Wilder does not mean Usyk would be. It does not. At all. Styles make fights. They always have, and they always will. They do not want this man anywhere around those belts. At all. They do not want this man. And putting him in there with Emmanuel Char will give this man the WBA regular title, and he will be a breath away from undisputed. And they don't want that. This is blatantly obvious that they don't want that. Blatantly obvious. My question is why? Why? Why isn't anybody pressing for Deontay Wilder to fight Emmanuel Char? That's a better fight than Kubrat Pulev. It's a bigger fight than Kubrat Pulev. There's more money involved in a Kubrat Pulev fight. So if Deontay Wilder fights Martin Bakole, yeah. If Deontay Wilder fights #1 ranked Martin Bakole and beats Martin Bakole, and they don't say, Deontay Wilder, you are the mandatory to either Usyk or Fury, then they prove yet again, that Anthony Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder to fight Povetkin, because Povetkin was not Joshua's mandatory. He was not. At all. Because the WBA Super does not have mandatories. So once again, if Deontay Wilder beats Martin Bakole and becomes the #1 guy, then by the end of this year, Deontay Wilder should be the mandatory to whoever has the WBA Super title. Unless Joshua ducked Povetkin. Unless Joshua ducked Wilder to fight Povetkin. You guys let me know. I know there'll be some crying, but whatever. BFTB, shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.